Hey everybody, I'm John Granado, and that's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Lance, Uncle Mike is back. Michael Brantley, I think this offseason has been wonderful despite losing Verlander. You pick up Abreu, you get Uncle Mike back. We'll see what else happens. Maybe Yuli comes back, maybe he doesn't. We shall see. Where do you bat Uncle Mike in this lineup next year?
7th. What's the next question?
So
that's the only right answer.
I'm seeing all kinds of people saying, 2. Michael Brantley moves back into the 2-hole, which I think is very and, oh, by the way, Abreu moves into the 5-hole and Tucker goes to the 6-hole. That makes a little bit more sense because you want the right-left, but being disrespectful to Tucker and Pena, how is this acceptable for Astros fans right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Astros are better to the team when Jeremy Pena is hitting in the 2-hole. We saw that. He's a better player. He's a better hitter. You just won a World Series like that. You wanted to keep it the same by having Montero no matter what the cost. I mean, I don't know that it makes any sense, frankly, to pull Tucker out of the 5 spot where he is clearly a really good baseball player. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Probably not a factor for Kyle Tucker, but I want to keep him as happy as possible before he eventually becomes a free agent. I'm just going to say that right now. And hitting behind Jordan is something, or behind Breggy and Jordan is a pretty good place to be if you're Kyle Tucker. And then I would also say hitting behind Pena, Jordan, Bregman is a good spot for Kyle Tucker because Jeremy Pena has pop at the front of the lineup. I want him getting as many at-bats as he possibly can. Hell, I wouldn't have a problem with him hitting leadoff, but I don't want Jeremy Pena, who is really developing into a potential star even after his first year, I don't want him hitting 7th, John. And I think, a player who is struggling to hit left-handers a little bit, a guy who is older, a guy with injury problems, I don't know that it makes sense to bat Michael Brantley full-time in a 2-hole.
Well, how about against lefties? Pena hits 2nd, and against righties, Brantley hits 2nd.
Why can't the Astros have a static lineup? I'm curious.
They
led the league in mismatched lineups last year. Like, if everyone's healthy, I don't know how much platooning we're going to have at a variety of positions this year. I think Chaz is going to be your center fielder. I think it's just going to be a matter of who's going to DH in left field behind, Jordan and Brantley. I mean, if the lineup's going to basically be the same in most days, don't you want to keep it as static as possible every once in a while? I know it didn't matter last year, I guess, but it wasn't like you were a killer offensively last year. You had your ups and downs.
Well, and there's more stuff than that, and we'll get to it right after I talk about, speaking of being healthy, if you want to be healthy, all you need is a cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. I'm telling you here and now, you will. I saw a guy that was like 100 and some years old. I can't tell you how many people tweeted, and he puts the secret of life is a Coors Light all the time. Every day he drinks Coors Light. To me, can you live a better life? The answer is no. So if you're looking to live a long and healthy life, there's one way to go. It's cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. Keep Texas chill with your Coors Light. Okay, so Brantley is back. How much do you play him in left field, and how much do you play Jordan there?
Well, the better, I think the guy who moves a little better, it's hard to say because Michael Brantley's more smooth, but Jordan actually might be faster. And Jordan's got the better arm. So Brantley had another shoulder injury, although it's not, I don't believe it's throwing shoulder. So I would probably say Jordan has a little bit more. I think they'll split it between Jordan, Brantley, and probably, fitting another outfielder in there for some getaway games and things like that. So does it matter to you? Really?
It matters if Jordan wants to play there. If Jordan wants to be in the field and doesn't want to DH all the time, it matters. Then I want to keep Jordan happy. He's the long-term answer. Michael Brantley's he's just here for this upcoming season and then no more. Now, listen, people are talking about respect. It's disrespectful to Jeremy. Paw is all about respecting the older players, established guys who've been there and done that and helped. Michael Brantley's been around longer, so maybe it would be disrespectful to him not being able to play left field as much as he wants, not hitting in the 2-hole, hitting in the 7-hole as opposed to hitting in the 2-hole.
With all due respect, Mike, you're a one-year guy. Jeremy Pena is the future at that position and the future face of the Astros potentially, if you really want to know the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Michael Brantley too. He gets paid actual real money in cash. He's not coming back just to do this as a favor to the Astros. He's getting money. I'm not worried about Michael Brantley's respect level. They're plenty respectful of Michael Brantley.
Yeah, and I'm more worried about keeping Pena happy too. Just like Kyle Tucker, I don't think there's any way Kyle Tucker re-signs with the Astros. I really don't. He's going to get paid this year, and it'll be enough millions for him to last him through his arbitration years. He's going to get plenty. He's going to cash in big time. He ain't taking a hometown discount with the Astros, and I want to keep Pena happy. So, or maybe you do a Pena-Bregman deal. Like you did with Bregman in his second year, saying, hey, what more do I have to do to prove to you guys that I'm going to be here? And I want to get paid now. It's not $700,000 a year for the next couple of years. Pay me my money. And you know what I'd do? Pay that man his money. That's what I would do.